UP Chief Minister wades into Aurangzeb debate.
तो आप औरंगजेब को क्रूर शासक नहीं मानते हैं?
नहीं, मैं नहीं मानता।
औरंगजेब क्रूर शासक नहीं है?
बिल्कुल नहीं, मैं बिल्कुल क्रूर शासक नहीं मानता।
Yogi promises treatment for tyrant praise.
उस कमबख्त को निकालो पार्टी से और उसको एक बार यूपी भेज दीजिए, बाकी उपचार हम अपने आप करवा लेंगे।
SP नेता सस्पेंडेड, अखिलेश डिफेंस।
अगर इस सरकार में डिक्टेटरशिप है, इसमें जो है लोकशाही नहीं है, डेमोक्रेसी खत्म हो चुकी है, तो जो चाहे कर लेना, क्या कर सकते हैं।
Aurangzeb praise Rao, top focus on 5 Live.
The Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is very clear. If somebody praises Aurangzeb, send him to Uttar Pradesh. Clearly indicating it was this man, Abu Azmi. But that's one part of the story. The Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister was also very clear and vocal about Sambhal. In Sambhal, he said, what is ours should be given to us as per law. And we'll talk about that in greater detail. I'm Gaurav Sawant. Let's get started. The political face-off over the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb continues to escalate. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has waded into the controversy and he's gone all out against Samajwadi Party for glorifying a tyrant. He's hit out at Samajwadi Party leader Abu Azmi, MLA of the Samajwadi Party and the chief of the Samajwadi Party in Maharashtra. And he's also questioned Akhilesh Yadav and the Samajwadi Party leadership, saying, will action be taken against him? Will no action be taken against him for a party that questions the Mahakumbh but glorifies Aurangzeb? Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also challenged the Samajwadi Party Supremo Akhilesh Yadav to either suspend or expel Abu Azmi from the party or bring him to Uttar Pradesh for just treatment. On the other hand, Akhilesh Yadav has cried foul. He's actually very strongly defended Abu Azmi. Akhilesh Yadav questioned the basis on the basis of which Abu Azmi was suspended from the Maharashtra State Assembly, saying he's only spoken his mind. There is freedom of expression. This cannot be used to curtail free speech. We get you more in this report.
The face-off over Aurangzeb escalates. SP MLA Abu Azmi was suspended from the Maharashtra Assembly for claiming Aurangzeb was not a cruel ruler. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath flayed the Samajwadi Party MLA for glorifying Aurangzeb.
आज राम को, कृष्ण को, शिव की परंपरा को, भारत की विरासत को कोसना ये समाजवादी पार्टी का मानो जीवन का उद्देश्य हो गया। और दुर्भाग्य है कि इन्होंने आदर्श किसको माना है, यानी औरंगजेब को।
Yogi challenged Akhilesh Yadav to expel Abu Azmi from the party and condemn his remarks.
ये समाजवादी पार्टी का नेता, आपका विधायक घोषणा करो ना, उस कमबख्त को निकालो पार्टी से और उसको एक बार यूपी भेज दीजिए, बाकी उपचार हम अपने आप करवा लेंगे।
SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav lent his weight to Abu Azmi, claiming his suspension was done on the basis of ideology. Abu Azmi cried foul over his suspension, calling it grave injustice against him.
अब मैं बात करूंगा, स्पीकर साहब से बात करूंगा, कौन से रूल से आपने मुझे किया है, फिर जो इसके रास्ते होते हैं वो देखूंगा, कायदे से उसका, हाँ जो भी देखता हूँ मैं इस बात करूंगा। बिल्कुल मुझे बुलाना चाहिए था और सफाई मौका देना चाहिए था। अब योगी जी की सरकार है, यहाँ पे जो है हमारे फडणवीस साहब की सरकार है और हमारे एकनाथ शिंदे साहब की सरकार है। अगर इस सरकार में डिक्टेटरशिप है, इसमें जो है लोकशाही नहीं है, डेमोक्रेसी खत्म हो चुकी है, तो जो चाहे कर लेना, क्या कर सकते।
While the Shiv Sena UBT hurled a B-team charge at the suspended MLA, accusing him of praising Aurangzeb at the BJP's behest.
औरंगजेब का बारे में जो बयान दिया था वो किसी को मदद करने के लिए दिया था। भारतीय जनता पार्टी कल विधानसभा में संकट में थी। धनंजय मुंडे के ऊपर प्रतिपक्ष विपक्ष हमला करने वाला था, हमलावर हुआ था, तो उनसे ध्यान भटकाने के लिए बीजेपी की तरफ से एक आदेश आ गया अबू भाई को, कुछ ऐसा स्टेटमेंट दे दो कि हम भी हंगामा करेंगे, हम भी भाषण करेंगे और पूरा माहौल बिगड़ जाएगा, तो औरंगजेब के ऊपर भाषण दे दिया।
The party hit the streets against Azmi's remarks. Azmi's comments on Aurangzeb exploded as a political issue in Maharashtra after Deputy CM Eknath Shinde described the SPMLA's statement as treason. Clearly, the Maha war over Aurangzeb is far from over. Bureau Report, India Today.
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, he says, how can anyone glorify somebody like Aurangzeb who put his own father in prison, would not give water to his own father, and says, if Samajwadi Party leaders want to praise somebody like an Aurangzeb, let them at least read what Shah Jahan wrote about Aurangzeb. Perhaps they would know facts. But I want to bring in Ghanshyam Tiwari of the Samajwadi Party, who joins me on this broadcast. We'll debate this in a moment. But Ghanshyam Tiwari, the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister says Samajwadi Party should expel Abu Azmi, or they accept that Aurangzeb is their idol. The Samajwadi Party curses the Kumbh, it glorifies Aurangzeb. Response, sir.
Good evening, Gaurav, to you, the viewers, as well as everyone watching the program. There are three important things. One, we look at Economic Times and read 94 lakh crores of investor wealth has been wiped off since September 27, 2024. This 94 lakh crore is not Adani's money. This is not BJP's coffers. This is money that your viewers invested in stock market after Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah said invest.
That is not what Akhilesh Yadav said, and that is not what Abu Azmi said. Sir,
can I respond in my way?
You can, but that's not my debate. Sir, that's another debate. That's happening on another that's happening at another hour. This debate is on what Abu Azmi said and Yogi Adityanath said.
So
you get my point. Sir,
yes.
There is another, what is happening in the stock market? Business Today is covering it. You don't have to go to Economic Times or any other page. Just read Business Today. You will get the authentic information. Sir, my request to you is, please stay on the question and on the topic of the debate. That's my only humble request to you.
Good
and
point.
if you haven't heard what Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath said, kindly hear him on Aurangzeb, which is my debate for this 1 hour, for this particular bulletin. We're having a different debate on the state of the economy. Feel free to participate there and talk about the economy there. But listen into Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister. Listen.
Can I just say, or you want to just repeat yourself?
Listen into the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister on Aurangzeb.
I cannot debate like this, Gaurav. You can repeat yourself.
But you do not want to respond
can
to...
I just say,
you do not want to respond to my question. You want to give what you have prepared. Fair enough. Respond. Whatever 4 lines you've prepared, go on. Then that's not a debate. That's not a response to the question I've asked.
Okay. Now, please, after 20 lines from you, give me 3 lines. Line number 1, and I speak to your viewers. Adityanath and the entire BJP is right now trying to find a ghost that will allow them to bury this carnage of investor wealth in India of common man's money. Point number 1. Point number 2, Adityanath model and Aurangzeb model are the same models. Adityanath follows Aurangzeb model. He is the true inheritor of Aurangzeb model. Aurangzeb bulldozed, Adityanath bulldozes. Aurangzeb committed atrocities on common man.
You are comparing Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath to Aurangzeb. Go on, sir. Yogi Adityanath is being compared to Aurangzeb by Samajwadi Party. Go on.
Let your viewers decide. Aurangzeb bulldozed, Adityanath bulldozes. Aurangzeb committed atrocities on common man. Adityanath commits atrocities on common man. Aurangzeb used religion for his leadership. Adityanath uses religion for his leadership. Aurangzeb disrespected his elders. Adityanath disrespects elders. Now tell me, what is your problem with these 4 models of Aurangzeb and Adityanath? Did I speak against facts?
Sir, in our culture, if somebody is a yogi, he's referred to as a yogi. He's Yogi Adityanath. Fair enough. You know, Hafiz may be a sahib for some and may not be. Fair enough. You know, a terrorist, Hafiz Muhammad Saeed, may be Hafiz Sahib for some. But Yogi Adityanath may be referred to as Adityanath. Fair enough, sir. But I want you to listen in to Yogi Adityanath, the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister. Fair enough, sir. Listen in. You're comparing Yogi Adityanath to a Mughal bigot Aurangzeb. Fair enough, sir. Listen in.
Which is not factual. Did I say anything which is not factual, Gaurav?
Sir, that
समाजवादी पार्टी का नेता, आपका विधायक घोषणा करो ना, उस कमबख्त को निकालो पार्टी से और उसको एक बार यूपी भेज दीजिए, बाकी उपचार हम अपने आप करवा लेंगे। आज राम को, कृष्ण को, शिव की परंपरा को, भारत की विरासत को कोसना ये समाजवादी पार्टी का मानो जीवन का उद्देश्य हो गया। और दुर्भाग्य है कि इन्होंने आदर्श किसको माना है, यानी औरंगजेब को अब ये लोग अपना आदर्श मान रहे हैं। औरंगजेब का पिता शाहजहां अपनी जीवनी में लिखता है, अपनी आत्मकथा में लिखता है कि खुदा करे कि ऐसा कमबख्त किसी को पैदा न हो। उसने आगरा के किले में अपने बाप को कैद करके रखा, एक एक बूंद पानी के लिए तरसाया। और अगर इनको औरंगजेब पर गौरव की अनुभूति होती है तो ये लोग कम से कम पटना की खुदा वक्त लाइब्रेरी में जाकर के एक बार शाहजहां की ही जीवनी को पढ़ लें, देख लें, उसकी पीड़ा को देखें। हां, जिनका आचरण औरंगजेब जैसा है वे लोग तो औरंगजेब पर गौरव की अनुभूति करें, लेकिन भारत को कम से कम इस पर न करें और समाजवादी पार्टी को इसका जवाब देना चाहिए।
And the opposition bloc appears split over this Aurangzeb remark of Abu Azmi. Also, Congress Party MP from Saharanpur, Imran Masood. Now, allies of this entire bloc, within this bloc, in Maharashtra, the Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray, and the Samajwadi Party, they're sniping at each other. Uddhav Thackeray said Abu Azmi should permanently be suspended from the Maharashtra Assembly. Uddhav Thackeray has actually slammed Akhilesh Yadav for defending Abu Azmi and calling him Danishmand. Uddhav Thackeray said, why doesn't the Samajwadi Party field Abu Azmi from Uttar Pradesh instead of fielding him from Maharashtra? Listen into Uddhav Thackeray. We'll get back to Ghanshyam Tiwari. I'll get you more on the story.
परमानेंटली करना चाहिए। कितने दिन के लिए किया है? बजट सत्र का क्या मामला होता है? वो 2-3 हफ्ता चलेगा, सप्ताह चलेगा, लेकिन परमानेंटली उसको निलंबन करना चाहिए।
अखिलेश जी ने आपत्ति जताई,
नहीं, उनको जताने दो। हम पूरे महाराष्ट्र ने उनके खिलाफ आपत्ति जताई है और अगर वो चाहते तो वहां से उन तक चुन कर लाए।
किसी को सस्पेंड करने से सच छुपता नहीं है, ऐसे अखिलेश यादव ने कहा।
सच का मतलब क्या है? सच वो जानते हैं।
I want to bring in Ghanshyam Tiwari. Ghanshyam Tiwari, the Samajwadi Party is very stoutly defending Aurangzeb. Akhilesh Yadav, when a question, he's saying this is Danishmandi, that it's an independent opinion that's been given by Abu Azmi. He did not respond on economy when a question is about Aurangzeb. My question to you is this Danishmandi? Does the Samajwadi Party stand with Abu Azmi's opinion on Aurangzeb?
Two very quick points. One, you spoke about the reverence for Yogi. Now I quote आज तक, यूपी के नए सीएम योगी आदित्यनाथ के नाम दर्ज हैं कई संगीन मामले. This is आज तक India Today article that lists the reverend Yogi.
Okay, give me a moment. Abu Azmi is just reacting. Your party MLA is reacting. Listen in.
तो सतीश चंद्रा जी, अद्वी तुरुस्की, डॉक्टर राजीव दीक्षित, डॉक्टर राम पुनियानी, अवध ओझा, मीना भार्गव, ये सब लोगों के कागजात मेरे पास मौजूद, इसमें रखे हुए सारी चीजें, उनके स्टेटमेंट्स हैं. जो स्टेटमेंट्स हैं मंदिर के बारे में, जो डेवलपमेंट के बारे में, मैंने वही बोल दिया कि भारतवर्ष का उसका जीडीपी बहुत अच्छा था और जो है उन्होंने मंदिरों को दान भी दिया है, जो लिखा है इसमें. ऐसा नहीं मेरी मर्जी से, इसी तरह की स्टेटमेंट मैंने दिया और चला गया मैं. अब इससे एक बात यह है कि आपने महापुरुषों को अपमानित किया। इसमें अपमान कहाँ हुआ कि मैंने कैसे अपमान किया? मैं कभी जिंदगी में महापुरुषों का अपमान कर ही नहीं सकता हूँ। मैं खुद ही हूँ, असेंबली में कई बार मैंने खड़े होकर बोला है कि साहब जो लोग भी किसी महापुरुष का अपमान करते हैं उनको छोटा मोटा नहीं 10 साल की सजा होना चाहिए, क्योंकि फैशन बन चुका है ये अपमान करने का। तो मैंने कहा किया, अब उसके ऊपर मुझे जो है पूरे सेशन के लिए सस्पेंड कर दिया गया है। मैं समझता हूँ ये नाइंसाफी है।
सर, आपने 2 लोगों का नाम भी लिया जिन्होंने छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज के बारे में बोला और
देखिए प्रशांत कोरटकर और राहुल शोरापुलकर, इन्होंने अपमानित किया है। जो अल्फाज बोला मैं अपनी जबान से बोल भी नहीं सकता हूँ। ये महाराष्ट्र में है, उनको क्यों नहीं पकड़ा जा रहा है? मैंने तो जो चीजें बोला है वो ऑन रिकॉर्ड बोला है जो है, और अगर मैंने जो बोला है वो गलत है तो जिन लोगों ने लिखा है, जो आजकल भाषण करते फिरते हैं, उनसे क्या कार्रवाई हुई? उनसे आपने पूछा क्या कि आप कैसे गलत बातें बोल रहे हैं? जो सही बातें, अगर कोई गलत बात बोल रहा है तो उस पर रुकावट डालिए, उस पर केस फाइल कीजिए आप। मैंने उनकी जो हिस्टोरियन है उनकी कही हुई बातों को दोहराया तो मेरे ऊपर कैसे केस हो सकता है?
आपने कहा कि लीगल लड़ाई लड़ूंगा मैं, मुझे सस्पेंशन के लिए क्या कहना चाहिए?
नहीं, मैं अब देखूंगा इसमें क्या रास्ता हो सकता है। नाइंसाफी अगर इसी तरह से होगी, मैं समझता हूँ। देखिए ये सिर्फ क्यों हो रहा है कि बीजेपी सरकार जो है ना वो हर चीज ढूंढती है कि मुझे इससे फायदा कितना होगा। कानून सही क्या है? कुछ नहीं, हर चीज ले जाते हैं कि ये ऐसे इशू लाओ जिससे हमको फायदा हो जाए। पोलराइज करने की बात है, लेकिन सच्चाई पे चलना चाहिए। जो हिस्ट्री सही है, जो देश की जो सच्चाई है वो सामने अगर कोई बोलता है तो इस तरह से उसके साथ जुल्म जाती तो नहीं होना चाहिए।
आपके समर्थन में अखिलेश यादव ने भी ट्वीट किया कि किस तरह से क्या कहना चाहिए?
नहीं, बहुत सारे लोगों ने मेरे समर्थन में बात किया है कि जो सही बातें हैं, सही बात तो समर्थन सबको करनी चाहिए।
आपने सफाई दी कि जो औरंगजेब हैं वो क्रूर शासक नहीं थे, वो मेरा स्टेटमेंट में वापस
मैंने जो कहा था ना, मैं इसलिए वापस ले रहा हूँ कि एक इसकी वजह से पूरा एक बाउंडर खड़ा हो गया है। लोग मुझे टेलीफोन में गालियां दे रहे हैं, मैं फोन नहीं उठा रहा हूँ। जान से क्यों मार दोगे भाई? और अभी स्पीकर साहब ने मुझे सस्पेंड कर दिया। तो इन चीजों को लेकर के असेंबली चले, एक छोटी सी बात के ऊपर, एक छोटे से स्टेटमेंट के ऊपर जबरदस्ती का आप जो है बाउंडर खड़ा करोगे। इसलिए मैंने कहा कि मैं अपनी सारी बात वापस लेता हूँ भाई, स्टेटमेंट वापस लेता हूँ। असेंबली चलना चाहिए। हमारे पास बहुत सारे इश्यूज है अपने एरिया के, लोगों को पानी नहीं मिल रहा है, सड़कें खराब है, गटर खराब है, स्कूल का प्रॉब्लम है, अस्पतालों का प्रॉब्लम है, उस पर डिस्कशन करें या इस सब पे टाइम वेस्ट करें। इसलिए मैंने अपना स्टेटमेंट वापस किया।
सर, एक आखिरी सवाल, MIM की तरफ से बयान आया कि समाजवादी पार्टी बी टीम है बीजेपी, और आपको लेके भी कहा कि उनके फेवर में बोलते हैं क्या?
तो मतलब इसका मतलब हम काम करना छोड़ दें, हम असेंबली जाना ही बंद कर दें, ये काम ही बंद कर दें अगर इस तरह के इल्जाम लगाएंगे लोग। मतलब इसका मतलब अगर मैं बीटी हूँ और ये टीवी वाले जो मुझसे आगे कुछ सवाल कर रहे थे या ऑर्गेनाइज किए गए थे बीजेपी की तरफ से, मेरी तरफ से, आप इंक्वायरी कर लो, मेरी ब्रेन मैपिंग कर लो, क्या सही क्या गलत है। फालतू बातें सब है।
Okay, I want to quickly bring in Ghanshyam Tiwari on this broadcast. Samajwadi Party spokesman Anila Singh, BJP spokesperson, joins us on this broadcast. Ghanshyam Tiwari, complete your point. You were interrupted when Abu Azmi started speaking. He's defending his statements. He's saying, if I said Aurangzeb is not cruel, it's on the basis of what historians have written. Those historians haven't been arrested. Those books haven't been banned. Uttar Pradesh former Chief Minister and Samajwadi Party Supremo Akhilesh Yadav says, Danishmand hai Abu Azmi. Response, sir. Explain the statement.
Very good points. On your point of reverence for Yogi, one must look at Aaj Tak report that says the number of criminal charges that were on Adityanath when he became the Chief Minister. And if somebody wants to feel reverent of 153A, 295 and other charges that are 506, that Aaj Tak mentions, then they can be reverent. Point number two.
Fair enough, sir. You want to call him Adityanath and not Yogi Adityanath? That's your point. You know, if somebody wants to call Hafiz Saeed Hafiz Sahib and Osama bin Laden Osama Sahib, and a Hindu chief minister if his name is Yogi Adityanath, you don't want to call him Yogi, it's fine. Go ahead, sir. Come to the substantive point.
Substantive point. Next is that if Adityanath or Devendra Fadnavis want to consider this as a hate speech, they must simply look at the report of India Hate Lab that says that just in last year, 1,165 hate speeches were committed. 80% of them were in BJP states, and 75% of them included events organized by BJP or BJP people. In fact, 340 events were organized by BJP. So if there is a competition of hate speech, just like competition of all kinds of corruption
So
money coming
Abu
into politics,
Azmi, are you
it is
defending,
right.
again my question to you is simple, Abu Azmi, you defend what he said about Aurangzeb or you don't? You are not answering that, you're answering everything else except what I'm asking you. But let me bring in Anila Singh of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Anila Singh, sir, my question to you is simple. You understand basic English. My question is, does Samajwadi Party stand with Abu Azmi?
Our viewers saw that right in the beginning of the program, I said how Adityanath model and Aurangzeb model are one and the same. If
Fair
you could
enough.
not
Anila Singh, respond. Yogi Adityanath model and Aurangzeb model are the same according to the Samajwadi Party. Respond.
My Ram Ram to all. And the problem with Samajwadi Party is that they are into deep appeasement. And they want to appease one particular religious community. So they are going to praise Aurangzeb and they are going to come praise a Bhagwadhari Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh with Aurangzeb. Perhaps he doesn't know any history of Aurangzeb. That is why he is comparing Yogi Adityanath ji with Aurangzeb. This is shameful. But I do not expect more, nothing more from Samajwadi Party. Because they are the political party who appease terrorists, who appease the criminals, dons. So they are going to appease or people who love Aurangzeb, people who love.
But the allegation against the Bharatiya Janata Party, Anila Singh, is Samajwadi Party. Abu Azmi is the B team of the BJP in Maharashtra. Sanjay Raut says because they were going to raise the Dhananjay Munde issue, that is when Abu Azmi made this statement, and the Dhananjay Munde episode went on the back burner, and everyone's talking about Aurangzeb. Respond, madam.
See, I know one thing. That Abu Azmi, leader of Samajwadi Party, he praised Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb is the same person who said that I will take my breakfast after. You know, he used to get, this is a very famous statement. जो सवा लाख टन जनेऊ आप तोलोगे ब्राह्मण्स के, whose head had been chopped by these people who did not agree to adopt Islam. Then only he used to eat his breakfast. This is what Aurangzeb is. Who can forget? Like he got.
Ghanshyam Tiwari of the Samajwadi Party says Aurangzeb and Adityanath, according to him, are the same.
He says that Aurangzeb बहुत अच्छा आदमी था, खराब आदमी नहीं था. This is what Samajwadi Party leader says, and Akhilesh Yadav ji is advocating for him. No, they are saying that they do not want to discuss about Mr. Munde. That is why Abu Azmi gave this statement. Now Abu Azmi has become the B team of Bharatiya Janata Party. What lame excuses are being given by Shiv Sena? And above all, we know very well that what Samajwadi Party leader has said. Yes, Gaurav.
I want to bring in the other statement made by the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister, Yogi Adityanath. Big statement on Sambhal dispute. Now, addressing the Assembly, the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister, Yogi Adityanath, said that the disputed structure in Sambhal, Hindus should get what is rightfully theirs. This after the Allahabad High Court on Tuesday agreed to refer to the Sambhal structure as a disputed structure, hearing a petition filed by the Mosque Committee. The Samajwadi Party has accused Yogi Adityanath government of targeting minorities. Yogi Adityanath government is making efforts to revamp Sambhal. They say that of the 68 shrines there, 54 have now been recovered, 19 wells have been recovered, and they will now be repaired and restored. We get you more in this report.
जो हमारा है वो हमें मिल जाना चाहिए. सच कड़वा होता है और उस कड़वे सच को स्वीकार करने के सामर्थ्य भी होनी चाहिए. एक बड़ी संख्या है.
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath makes a big claim on Sambhal, where a dispute is brewing over reclaiming of a masjid. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, addressing the Assembly, said that the demolished 67 pilgrimage sites and 19 wells in Sambhal have now been traced and freed from encroachment. The Chief Minister insisted that the Hindus should get what's theirs and nothing more than that.
अकेले संभल में 67 तीर्थ थे और 19 कूप भी थे, जिनको एक शरारत के तहत एक निश्चित समय के अंदर समाप्त कर दिया गया, जिनमें से 68 तीर्थों में से 54 तीर्थों को ढूंढना ये तो हमारी विरासत का हिस्सा है। हमने तो वही कहा है कि जो हमारा है वो हमें मिल जाना चाहिए। हम उससे इतर कहीं नहीं जा रहे हैं।
Hindu outfits insist that the Shahi Jama Masjid in Sambhal was built after demolishing the Harihar temple during the Mughal era. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister's statement comes even as the Allahabad High Court called the masjid a disputed structure.
कोर्ट में मामला चल रहा है तो कोर्ट में विवादित ढांचा ही कहा जाएगा और जब तक कोर्ट में फैसला नहीं हो जाता इसको मस्जिद नहीं कहा जा सकता। इसीलिए कोर्ट ने न्याय की संतुलन रखने के लिए इसको विवादित ढांचा कहा है।
A war of words erupted between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party over the dispute.
और अदालत के हर आदेश का सरकार पालन कराएगी। संभल में इस समय बहुत ही अच्छा माहौल है, अच्छा वातावरण है, चारों तरफ शांति है और विकास का काम तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहा है।
संभल में अत्याचार और उत्पीड़न किसी से छिपा नहीं है। ये केवल अल्पसंख्यक लोगों को टारगेट पर बना रहे हैं।
A survey of the Shahi Jama Masjid ordered by the district court had triggered violent protests in Sambhal in November last year that left 5 people dead. The matter is pending in court after the Supreme Court put all surveys of disputed places of worship on hold. Bureau Report, India Today. Ghanshyam Tiwari, Shivpal Yadav says Atyachar, Utpiran or Alpsankhyak or minorities are being targeted by government's action in Sambhal. Explain that, sir.
The champion of hateful slogans such as Batenge Katenge, 80% 20% ki ladai, right, was questioned in the parliament by MPs across party lines who said in parliament, wrote, and India Today showed that Uttar Pradesh government is responsible for, under Adityanath, responsible for murderous conspiracy in Sambhal. You did a debate talking about the Pakistani bullets found in Sambhal. All those things vanished. Not one BJP MP stood in parliament and said Adityanath did not conspire in Sambhal or his government was not murderous in Sambhal. Why did that happen? The Prime Minister was sitting there, the Home Minister was sitting there, because BJP MPs, at least in parliament, know the truth. As far as Adityanath saying that jo hamara hai hame mil jana chahiye, Gaurav, you cover national security. China controls 38,000 square kilometers of Indian territory. Why doesn't Adityanath say jo hamara hai hame mil jana chahiye, or Prime Minister say jo hamara hai hame mil jana chahiye, rather than doing $1 billion trade deficit with China? These people believe in propaganda. They do not believe in action. They believe that by this propaganda, they will create a ghost that will make people forget the hard-earned money they are losing in the Indian stock market, the exam papers that are leaking, and the joblessness that is putting every youth to despair.
Fair enough. Anila Singh, respond. There are 3 very critical charges that are being leveled. 1, about a bullet with Pakistani markings. 2, jo hamara hai hame mil jana chahiye. While Yogi Adityanath may have spoken of the Sambhal structure, what about what's happening at the LAC is what Samajwadi Party asks. Respond to these points being made, ma'am.
I think Samajwadi Party's limitation should be appeasement politics. They are not fit enough to discuss geopolitics here. We know it very well. Their mindset and their knowledge level. We know it. Because in every of the panel discussion, talk to them, they will say Adityanath, he will say, they'll call him Ajay Singh Bisht, they will start accusing him, they will start comparing him with the Hitler, same rhetoric. So I do not want to go into it. Leave Bharat. Bharat knows how to treat China very well, how to treat Pakistan, and everybody knows the power of Bharat. So Samajwadi Party should mind its own business. But the reality is, when our Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath ji says, जो हमारा था, वो हमको मिलना चाहिए और हम लेकर रहेंगे, बिल्कुल लेकर रहेंगे साहब. Like if I talk about
आपका क्या था जो आपके पास नहीं है? Let's talk specifics. What are you referring to? Because as far as Ghanshyam Tiwari is concerned, he is referring to LAC. What are you referring to?
Do you think that Yogi Adityanath ji is going to talk about LAC in Uttar Pradesh Vidhan Sabha in Assembly? He is going to talk about LAC. Mr. Tiwari knows very well what he was talking about, and he is very correct. In this great nation of ours, where 1 billion strong Hindus, they have to go through parliament and court, and they have to fight for their own right. A majority population, an example of its own in whole of the world, they have to keep on fighting. Why? They have to fight for the temples, for the Devi and Devtas, because the majority time, the Congress party, which was ruling our country, they wanted to do appeasement politics for their own selfish gains, and they targeted Hindus and the political parties like Samajwadi Party. We know that how they
What
got
about the bullet with the Pakistani marking that he refers to? That,
Sorry?
according to Ghanshyam Tiwari says during investigations, initially it was said that bullets with Pakistani markings were found. Why is the BJP silent on that? No BJP MP defended Yogi Adityanath in parliament.
We know it very well that everything has been discussed, and if Mr. Tiwari is so much worried about the shells of the bullets, investigation is on. We know it, and even he knows it. And still if he is accusing Yogi Sarkar in Uttar Pradesh, and he thinks that people do not understand what investigations are going on, then Samajwadi Party is making a fool of itself. And I'm not bothered about it. This country has been eulogizing Barbar, Tipu Sultan, Aurangzeb, all those killers. Now no more.
Okay.
Like we Bharatiya should know the real history. That these were barbarians and they killed Hindus and Sanatanis.
Okay.
Sorry?
We'll track that story closely. You've made your point. And Ghanshyam Tiwari, since you specifically referred to my covering national security, there are two aspects here. I interviewed the Superintendent of Police of Sambhal on that Pakistani bullet. That's a matter of investigation. It has been put as part of the charge sheet, including the conversation about a certain Ghulam who stays in the same area as Ziaur Rahman Bark, the Samajwadi Party MP. He's also referred to a person called Sharik Satha, who's currently in Dubai, and they're tracing the recovery of the ammunition and these two elements who are missing. The MP, again, will be called for questioning, is what the Superintendent of Police has said on record to India Today. You want to quickly refer to? Okay, since you also raised the issue of line of actual control, sir, on an issue of national security, and since I have reported from Daulat Beg Oldie in Ladakh that territory is with India. The territory that the opposition says has been lost, sir, look at the bigger picture of territory that's been lost since independence, since 1962 war, and territory that India must recover. But if I may, that territory can only be recovered when India speaks in one voice. Territory that was lost in 62, territory that was lost in 65, and territory that India must regain. But not when opposition and the government speak in two different languages, sir. Because there, for China, we should be one India. And you, since Samajwadi Party had a defense minister, Mulayam Singh Yadav, you should know that better than anybody else, sir. I will let that take a break on this point. There's another very important story coming, but this is something that we really need to discuss in the days ahead on issues of national security. Can we have such divisive politics which hands over an advantage to the adversary? It's being called the longest address to the Congress. US President Donald Trump, he came out all guns blazing in his first address to the Congress after assuming office. Now, Donald Trump, he reiterated his stance on tariffs, and this is something that also impacts India directly. US President, he referred to India. He said, whether it's countries like India or China or Canada or Mexico, reciprocal tariffs would be put in place. He also referred to the European Union. Leveling of reciprocal tariffs, incidentally, begins on the 2nd of April. He said it wouldn't be the 1st of April so that people don't think it's a joke. and that he's superstitious, so it happens from the 2nd of April. He hailed the crackdown on illegal immigrants. He said the US is witnessing this month the lowest ever immigration in the last 1 month after he declared the southern border emergency and the country started conducting mass deportation. In his speech, he also insisted that America is working tirelessly to end the conflict between Russia and Ukraine that had needlessly killed millions of Russians and Ukrainians. He referred to a message that's coming from the Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, where he's agreed to peace, he's agreed to how the peace process will move forward, and that he's on the same page or words to that effect with the United States of America. Listen in.
If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea, but that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was, and so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day was cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them. I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man but someone who believed very strongly in borders. We have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated. And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful? I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict with no end in sight. The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense. With no security, with. Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes. 2,000 people are being killed every single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans, but I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine, by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion. What a difference that is. And we have an ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening. Biden has authorized more money in this fight than Europe has spent by billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us. But that didn't happen. And we've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good. I've stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back.
So he's clearly on a roll. We will continue to track developments on the story closely, but that is all I have for you on 5 Live this evening.